Hi everyone, Paul Akers, host of the American Innovator. You know, the innovative spirit is alive and well, and everywhere I travel around the world, I bring back ideas and creativity to share with my audience to continuously improve and change the way we live. Welcome to the American Innovator. Hi everyone, welcome back to the American Innovator. What you're about ready to see is a formal presentation that was made by Yelena Vetkov after visiting the Detroit Women in Manufacturing Conference. We were invited back there by Karen Lerner, who was a dynamic guest on one of our shows just recently, and Karen made this available for two of our members, Sandy Freeberg and Yelena, and she makes a formal presentation now to the entire group on what she learned and what the takeaways were. She's absolutely amazing. Remember, 17 years old, and articulates the concepts as well as a vice president or president of a company. And then, interestingly enough, she was one of the only people at the conference that was this young, and yet she took away so much. So enjoy this session of the American Innovator with Yelena Vetkov.
Is a huge deal with self-direction, and I know I've suffered with that. I've struggled with that a lot, and only until this year I really knew that that's one of my greatest weaknesses, and I need to learn on that. It just opened up a lot to me how that really can affect me. And then vision was the third one. I have to work towards a goal that includes other people. It can't just be all about my own personal gain. That's what makes it inspirational. And then self-motivation, the strongest motivation is my own. It's hard to motivate other people. The strongest motivation is motivating yourself. You can inspire others, but it's hard to motivate others. Inspiration, inspire others, inform a desire to help others. If you do that, others can see that you have this desire to help them, and they are open to take your help. And social awareness. One of the beauties of humans and all of us is diversity, and we must be aware that each person is different and has a different heart. The third greatest takeaway about leadership was never stop learning. Our brains are like a muscle. If you don't use it enough, it will get weak. And even if you are the president of the United States, it doesn't matter how high your ranking is, you can never learn enough. You have to keep on learning. That's how you move forward. And then the last thing was, the hardest thing to do is wake up in the morning and say, what can I do today to make myself a better person than I was yesterday? Ask yourself things like, what should I continue doing? What should I stop doing? What should I start doing? All to make myself a better person than I was the day before. The second greatest takeaway, the subject was attitude, and how huge of an impact it has on everything. I think it was Karen Lindner. She asked, what is the first thing you do, the very first thing you do when you enter your workplace? Do you walk through the facility and make sure you were caught up the day before? Do you just open your box and pick up your tri-blade? Do you come in and say good morning to somebody? Do you come in thinking about the dream you had last night, or the amount of homework you have to do after work is over? The first thing you do when you walk into your workplace will determine how the rest of your day will go on. How productive it will be, how successful, what your mood will be. The second thing about attitude was choose the information you take in. Each of us has the capability of choosing the negative or the positive information we take in, whether it's drama with people, the shows we watch, the books we read. The third is reaching out to people, even if they are negative. People decide the amount of effort they will give you. The reaching out to people, even if they are negative. When one of the females was saying her speech, she was telling us how, as an owner of a company and as a boss, you have to reach out to your people. You can't just, little perks and gifts and stuff here and there are nice, but looking into the eyes of your people and letting them know that you care really boosts the amount of effort they will give. And a lady in the audience raised her hand and she was like, I disagree. What if I don't want to care about my employees? What if my employee's mother passed away? I don't care about that. I just want her to come to work and get done what she's supposed to do. I don't care about what's going on outside of work in her own personal life. And the speaker was so prepared, even though she was prepared for what she was prepared for the unprepared. She didn't know that somebody was going to ask her that, but she straight up said, you're wrong. Your employees won't care about you. And that was huge to me to hear that. And then another thing is, the measurement tool of how successful employees are is their attitude. There's no ruler or measurement that can really measure how successful your employees are. When you come into a workplace and you look at the facial expressions of people and their attitude, that's how you can really measure the success of your employees. And then the last thing was, what do people think of me when I leave the room? My attitude. Not about my appearance, not about anything else, my attitude. What impression do people get when I leave the room? And the third greatest takeaway was the power of words. So, and this is not mine, I can't take credit for any of this. This is all from Karen Lindner. And the word won't, it has no power. You have no choice, so it results in no action. Have to is a forced way of approaching a situation, and it results in limited to no action. Need to is low power, and you don't necessarily want to, but you need to do it. And choosing to is high power. It's by choice, and you're conscious and aware. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we use to create them. This was very powerful when I first read it. I don't know about you guys, but I often face situations in my own life where I face a problem and I try solving it with the same mindset. I don't look at it from a different perspective, and you won't get the best results that way. And then, be passionate, stay true to yourself, have a sense of values and maintain them, learn something new from everyone, provide support, be the example. If you deliver results consistently, opportunities will come to you. Keep your energy up and know that you can do it.
Amazing. Yelena, you rock. That was awesome. That was awesome. Remember, life's an adventure. Be a part of the solution. Go out, learn, improve, change, think outside the box. We can change the way the world thinks. Be an innovator. I really got to stop getting myself in these situations. That's a leopard, and that's an elephant. Yes, and this is a cheetah.
Like, oh, I saw that.
Kitty, 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 kitty.